It is yet again a Wednesday. I have hair on my lip. Ugh. Anyways, I am here today because I had a 5-day week and I am also going to have another 5-day work week. It is the holiday season here in Orlando. I'm just going to have a rough time scheduling myself with blogging. I just wanted to jump in here real quick and mention that I'm crocheting first. Second, I am watching So Biased video from Fashion Rations from World War II, and it's so interesting seeing how like fashion worked back then. I don't think it's quite obvious anymore, but I am really into 1940s fashion. The history of that fashion, that whole entire era was an era of make, do, and mend. I just learned that the reason why there's a lot of like silk clothing with maps on it is because it was lightweight and easy to carry. So like if you were like a pilot or something, it was easy to just fold it away and tuck it in your shirt or something. And I thought that was just so interesting. But also, she's talking about rations. So during this time in World War II, you had coupons for your clothing. And so like clothing was obviously very hard to come by. I just think that's something that might come back into fashion. I don't know, because with tariffs coming into play soon and most of American clothing being made overseas, I just don't think that we're going to have attainable clothing anymore, which is kind of a good thing because the fast fashion industry has gotten too big, and it's like really sad how we exploit other countries just for cheap clothing that doesn't last and just fills up trash. I think it's just going to be a little bit harder to be fashionable if you are a trendy fashion person rather than somebody who makes fashion or does fashion by thrifting or on your own. So I thought that was interesting. But anyways, today's video is going to be me crocheting. I am working on the capelet of my Frosty Forest Switch outfit. I think I might have to leave the house because I do probably need more yarn. I have this much white yarn. I did buy another skein of this Karen color changing cake, whatever, and I just don't think it's going to be enough for what I need. I don't think there's going to be enough white because I'm doing that like the vintage puff stitch, which I am obsessed with that stitch. It's so fun. So like it glides over this hook. I think it's because I'm using this yarn. No, because I used an acrylic yarn last time, the Big Twist. I do believe I need to get more yarn because I do think I want to make some pine cones. I found a pine cone pattern on Facebook the other day. It was a chart, and I kind of want to like make pine cones for this outfit because the Frosty Forest Witch hat that I have, I'll put a picture right here because I don't feel like grabbing it. The florals I use for it has pine cones on it, and I think it would be cute. Plus, I think it'd be really fun to give those away during MegaCon because this whole entire outfit is being made for MegaCon. I am trying to finish most of it for Yule. Not most of it, just the crochet parts of it for Yule. But like, I think it's just really nice. I saw some of my mutuals whenever they go to conventions, they give stuff away. My best friend, she gives stuff away all the time when she goes, like she does beads or like candy. I don't know how you call it. Bracelets, friendship bracelets. That's the normie way to call it. They do that. And I kind of don't really want to do the bracelet thing because that's just more crafting and I don't want to buy beads anymore because I don't really have the use for it. I need to give my beads to her, but like I just keep on forgetting. I might give it to her tomorrow. Anyways, I do need to buy brown yarn because I don't have brown yarn in my stash because I don't normally work with like greens and browns. Just a quick like check-in, and then whenever I get ready, I don't know if I'm probably going to put some eyeliner on and maybe throw on like a t-shirt. I mean, this is technically a t-shirt, but like I just don't, this is my jammies. I need to put on some kind of real clothes to go out because I don't believe that my Michaels will have the yarn that I need. So I'll have to be going all the way out to Kissimmee. Great news. I had enough to do the trim. I have quite a bit more. I don't know if I plan on using the rest of the white. I don't know because like I kind of want to make snowflakes as well. Not for this outfit, for my winter one. This could be like pulled down into a cuff. If I get too warm, I can pull it, like fold it over. This is just going to be the top layer. I have that whole skein of yarn and I plan on making like a bottom layer. I don't know how much green is in there, to be honest. And I do still want to go get those pine cone colors. I might actually wait till tomorrow to get it because I do plan on actually leaving the house tomorrow to meet up with my bestie. We're going on a crafting / gingerbread a house looking date tomorrow. Over in Disney, they started putting up their gingerbread houses. While I can't afford to probably purchase anything, and I probably don't want to purchase anything anyways because I need to ration my money, it's gonna be nice to like get the inspiration from the gingerbread houses, because I don't know, there's something just so magical about looking at gingerbread houses. I love Christmas villages, and a lot of times they'll mix like Christmas village stuff with their gingerbread houses, and I'm kind of into that. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna start working on the bottom layer of this crochet cape. This is going to be really nice. I'm not going to attach the bottom layer to the top layer because this is pretty nice to be able to like just detach and like wear as a kind of scarf like thing, cowl, kind of like a cowl as well. And it just doesn't need to have too much, because like this is not a button up. This is just a pullover. And while it stretches over my head, it will become heavy if I do attach the second layer to the bottom. So I'd rather not do that and just be safe. I think the reason why I wanted to go get the pinecone today, well, the pinecone fabric yarn, was because I was planning on making the drawstrings, because the bottom layer is going to have drawstrings and then the top layer is going to be this. At this point, I'm just like not really too interested in leaving the house because I've been out of the house all week and I just want one day where I just sit home and craft. And plus my paycheck hasn't hit, so I'd rather not spend the money right now because my bank account is not looking too pretty. So for this portion of the cape, I am starting from the middle of the skein, and I'm just going to keep on going down until I hit the white, I think, and then I'm going to call it quits there unless it's not long enough. If it's not long enough, then I will actually leave the house tomorrow. I won't leave today, no way, but I will actually go out and buy another skein of this because I don't think this is a very popular colorway. I think the most popular colorway is probably the blue and white, which I am using for my Ice Witch outfit, which is this one right here. I don't know if I talked about this one last week, but I don't feel like working on it. I do feel like working on it. Don't get me wrong. I really, really want to work on it, but I also don't need this at Yule time. Yule is a little bit over a month away. I just don't trust myself to start on that and then get back to this before Yule is here. I am not somebody that actually like celebrates Yule, but I kind of want to get more in tune with it and know more about Yule because I'm not a Christmas person and I just want an excuse to like use these colors, I guess. So starting in the middle, I'm probably going to do maybe 100 foundation crochet stitches, and then just work my way down in double crochets until I get to a point where it's like longer than my top layer. And then I might do like the thing where you increase with the double crochet 2, space 2, chain 2, double crochet 2 into the same stitch. Don't know yet. I don't know how I want the bottom layer to look. I'm just winging it at this point and going with what feels right. I think last week I did talk about how I didn't want to use like the same stitches over and over again. Whatever, like it's what makes me comfortable, and this is what makes me comfortable right now. I don't know if I talked about this last week either, but I did make arm warmers. This one is for my Frost Witch. No, this is for my Ice Witch. I don't know if it's going to be like a witchy outfit. I think it's going to be more like an ice fairy outfit, but yeah, this is going to be for the ice one. Oh, I didn't realize it kind of looks like a face. Yeah, my dog wants to go out now, so I guess I'll stop blabbing my mouth. So I only end up doing 80 foundation crochet stitches, and it worked out pretty well. It's going to shrink a little bit once I start doing the actual work and lowering it, increasing it, I guess. There are a couple stitches in here that are really ugly to me because the yarn was really thin and they didn't, well, it's not even spun, it's polyester, but like right here, but I think it will be covered up eventually once I go through it. I'm going to add an edging at the end as well because it's going to be a cape that I can wear without the top layer. I want to be able to have multi-purpose use for it. I hate that that happened. I could have just went back and just cut that yarn out, but like also I'm too lazy to do that. Even though it was within the first 10 stitches, we are here. We're going to keep on going and we're going to make it look pretty. I hate that it's dark. I'm a night owl, but like I do like my daytime, and I feel like in the winter, it just feels like all of my daytime like I wasted the day. I was talking about this yesterday. Post like Christmas, post winter holiday, everything shuts down mega early. One, because a lot of people make New Year's resolutions of not spending money. Second, most corporations around that time as well just know that it's the best time to save money and reduce hours. So like everything closes at 7 p.m. You just feel like you wasted a whole day when it's dark so early. I don't remember if Yule is like the longest night or like the most even day night cycle of the winter. I am not one with nature. It just really, really sucks. And I think that just attributes to my seasonal depression. I did mention this on my TikTok recently, and I lost a lot of followers to it. I don't know if it's because I mentioned Bluesky and I kind of catered to the vintage community. Not really though. Like, I don't know if people look at me and just assume, like, I just don't get how. Anyways, I mentioned that I have seasonal depression and that it's going to be a little bit harder for me to keep up with like my weekly posting. And I don't know, it's literally because I am somebody who needs sunlight a lot. Although sun means warm, I am cold-blooded. This time of year is tough. I'm going to try to keep up with my weekly vlogging, but I can't guarantee that I will be weekly vlogging. Like, today's video is going to be a little bit harder for me to keep up with. I want to keep up with it until I burn out. I don't think I'm going to burn out of here. I know for sure I'm going to burn out of work. I'm already starting to feel it a little bit. It's just because I picked up a whole bunch of hours to make up for the money lost for my vacation and for the projects that I plan on working on while hours are being reduced in the late winter. So anywho's, I just had to frog my project because I can't count. You know, the problem with crochet is that most of us learn that we really can't count. What I normally do is I stick stitch markers, and a lot of people say, oh, when you start crochet you don't have to have stitch markers. But if you are challenged with math like I am, stitch markers are a lifesaver. I know a lot of people suggest doing bobby pins. Not everybody has access to those bobby pins. I mean, it's a good like multi-purpose tool, but my bobby pins fall out. A lot of people use like old scrap yarns as their stitch markers. Mine fall out. I highly recommend stitch markers if you are challenged with counting. You'll learn that you're challenged with counting quickly. My brain gets tired really easily when it comes to counting, especially if it's over multiples of like 15. After 15, my brain's just like, it's just another number, and just starts talking. ADHD brains, you might understand, especially if you're one of those like that have a hard time reading because you have to keep on going back to the last paragraph because you actually didn't absorb anything. That's my brain when it comes to counting. Highly suggest stitch markers. Going back, I think I'm on like row 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Row 5 is when I just frogged. I think I can get down to like at least row 10, because what I'm doing is in each row I'm doing like an increase. It's going to be kind of like a half circle skirt, kind of like when you're working in the round and you want to increase each round to get bigger. You kind of do like one row where you do like 10 increase, 10 increase, blah blah blah, and then the next row is like 5 increase 5, or no, yeah, 5 increase 5 or whatever. That's the goal of what I'm working with right now. So that's why my brain is tired of counting. Future me, if you don't plan on counting and you're just planning on using stitch markers, the increase goes above the stitch that you used before. So let me show you what I mean by that. This row is the next row of increases. So like a full 16. So 16 crochet stitches in is going to be above this increase. So not this one over here. It's going to be this one right here that I need to increase. So I need to remember that in the future, because I know I'm going to mess this up again in the future because I do this all the dang time. So we're at about 10 rows. I think it's technically 9, but I'm counting the foundation stitch, like the very beginning, as row 1. We got 9 of my lime green stitch markers in here, and that's about where I ended with the layer 1. So from here, because I kind of want to make myself look like a pine tree, I am going to start increasing in the middle, just like I did with this one, where I just kind of like do the 2 double crochets, skip, 2 double crochets. Why do I keep on forgetting what that's called? Chain! 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet in 1 stitch so that I can increase and do like the layered look. I think I still want to do this trim, and I think I'm going to end up going to Michael's. It is only 5:15, but I just started gardening and I literally just forgot. So I can't leave the house. I am obligated to stay home now. But tomorrow, when my best friend and I meet up, after we're done with doing probably the gingerbread house thing, because that's where we're meeting up, I might ask her if she wants to go to Michael's. Though we might even go thrifting. I'm not entirely sure. They just got a sewing machine. I don't remember if I talked about this last week, but I'm so excited for them. Their new cosplay is going to be so cool. She blew me out of the water when she made her first cosplay for last year's MegaCon. She sewed everything herself and it looked incredible. And I'm so impressed with them and I can't wait to see what they make next. I know they are working on a specific cosplay right now. However, I just can't wait to see it in person, honestly. I am going to start doing that little increase thing and then make myself look like a pine tree. And if I need more yarn, we will stop by Michael's tomorrow, which is probably gonna happen. Oh, I forgot to mention that when I do that, I'm going to do front stitch only, front loop only for this so that I can actually layer. This one I do want to layer on top of each other because it's going to be much more comfortable to me. It won't be around my neck, so it won't feel like I'm weighing it down. I mean, it will, but like, you know what I mean? So I'm going to start doing that. And then that way, the next layer I get around to, I can just do the back loop and then expand from there, kind of to continue giving it that layered look. Honestly, the inspo is like a Victorian cape, layered cape, but also like a Lolita cape or an OG cape. Because OG takes a lot of, well, Lolita in general, like all of that whole entire J fashion genre takes a lot of inspiration from Victorian. And like, because I do more like Western Victorian outfits than the J fashion style. I don't know. I think that's the reason why I'm into J fashion is because I'm into historical clothing in general. And a lot of like my favorite parts of J fashion are inspired by the Victorian era. I don't know. I'm just so excited. I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, that's the inspiration. It's Victorian steampunk, which is also inspired by Victorian. That's just a really great like base genre. Honestly, I wish I had more energy to actually get into Victorian sewing. I'm most comfortable in 1940s sewing, and I think that I have like kind of a unique spin and flavor to it. But like one day for a really big cosplay or outfit in general, I would love to make a true Victorian outfit. Oh, I did. No, it was Edwardian. It was a sailor outfit, and I think it was more Edwardian. But like the wheels are turning, you know? I am on row 4 of 9 of this bottom row. It kind of looks silly right now because I don't have it blocked. I'm probably not going to block it because I never block any of my projects. One day I will have the patience to do so. But I am starting to get really hungry. I can't eat food like I have been able to lately because the temp caps in my mouth. So the bottom one popped out. I was eating peanut butter. I didn't know any better. I've never been to the dentist before, so I just was really excited to eat PB&Js, and it popped out while I was chewing aggressively on this side. Like all I was told was don't eat on this side, and I didn't eat on this side. I only ate on this side. However, peanut butter is a sticky thing, so my cap fell out. That being said, all I've been able to eat have been noodles, and very slowly at that. It's kind of sad. So I get bored of just eating noodles, so I haven't been eating regularly, but that's why I'm hungry right now at 6:18. Normally I don't get hungry until much later in the day, but I'm just like, because I haven't been able to get any nutrients in my body. I can't even eat proteins. Like for most days, I can maybe get some like scrambled eggs in. That's just not ever what I'm craving. I ate a little tiny bit of shrimp yesterday. Just like 2 pieces of shrimp, and then my mouth was like, "No, you can't. Your mouth is just going to keep on popping it out." So, anyways, that all being said, I'm going to grab something to eat real quick because I am just hungry and my hands are tired, my arms hurt, and I kind of need a mental break right now. Not that this is like mentally taxing, like I'm at a part where I really don't even have to think about it, but I just, brain wants to not do things right now, except for eat. Oopsies, just woke up from a nap. This time of year, I always end up taking up way more naps. And if you can afford it, take that nap. Do it. You deserve the nap. We're back to working this. And I think I have another 2 or 3 rows in me before I'm like over it, before I want to stop and like do other things in the house. I might bring you guys along tomorrow just because like I kind of had fun bringing y'all along 2 days in a row last week. So was it last week or was it the week before? I don't know. I'm crafting tomorrow too, and the more crafting stuff I do, the more I want to show off. So maybe I'll bring you guys along. And then maybe I'll even show you guys some of the gingerbreads. My voice is so croaky. Let's get back into it. So this is 5 rows of the little increase thing that I was talking about. I don't know how you call it. Like, it's just a pointed increase, I guess. But I think this looks okay with that. I was going to go for 10 rows, or 9 rows rather. But I think this is okay with just the 4 rows because I did 9 rows of the double crochet, just regular increase. And like, I haven't added the white yet because I was thinking about adding more. I think it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that. And then I'm going to hope that the rest I think I do have enough yarn to just finish this off without having to do like, I don't know. I don't know how long I want to make the cape. Normally I go for like short little capelets because I don't want a huge cape. Although sometimes I do really want a huge cape, but like I want to be able to wear this more than once a year. And I live in the state of Florida, you know, the redundant term that I say, but it's just too hot here to make a full cape. So we are going to finish this, trim this, and then I'm going to use the leftover yarn from my last skein. Maybe. Yeah, because like I do need to keep some of the yarn, but maybe if I just keep like if I just use the white yarn as the trim for like to add like not acorns. I want to add pine cones. I don't know, man. We'll see when we get closer to it. I might just use a bamboo yarn that I have, a white bamboo yarn I have in stash. I don't really want to buy more yarn right now. I have way too many skeins of yarn and I need to stop purchasing because I have a spending problem. Okay, so layer 2 is done. I think I have enough yarn. Like, I'm looking at it right now, right? And I think I have enough yarn to do 3 layers without buying more yarn. I still want to make the little thing, the little, why do I always forget what I'm talking about in the middle of my sentence? I still want to make like little strings or whatever. They're not drawstrings because it's not going to tighten up, but it's basically just going to like do a little trim. At this point, I don't know if I want to do it in white or I think I might do it in white. The more I think about it, the more I want to do it in white because if I have this and I work from this down, then the bottom layer, I don't have to like trim anything. I mean, I do. I don't have to cut anything is what I'm trying to say. I don't have to cut anything. And then I can just automatically just start working on the trim. And then when I'm done, whatever I have left of this yarn, I can just move up to the top and make that the trim up here and the string, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to have time to finish it today. However, I might have time to finish it tomorrow while I'm out hanging out with my best friend. I don't know, because we're doing gingerbread things where we'll be walking around a lot. We'll probably be standing in line for a couple things. Maybe, I don't know how they feel about like buying stuff and just not looking at things. Because I know tomorrow's going to be like a crafting day for us. We're just doing the resorts. But and we'll be probably walking through Epcot to get to the other resorts. But I don't know how much time we're going to have to actually craft together. I'm still waiting on their text back. I did suggest what we're doing. I just haven't like suggested what time to hang out because I am so bad with time things. And I would rather them make more of the time plans than me because I will probably be late anyways. So tonight, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then I'll reconvene with y'all tomorrow, show y'all some of the gingerbread houses. Maybe I'm probably not going to talk too much in public, but I'm just going to be like, wow, because I just love gingerbread houses. And then if I stop by Michael's, I'll show you the yarn that I picked up if I have enough time to do so. Hello, it is the next day and everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. I am going to be at least like 15, probably 30 minutes late. And I'm such a bad friend, but like, I swear to God, this only happens when I'm in a rush. I lost my ID. I couldn't get the garage door to close. I literally forgot the stuff that I meant to bring for my best friend, like the beads and the bag I made. God, I hope I see them again before Christmas. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll definitely see each other again before MegaCon. But oh my God, I am so stressed out right now But I'm gonna be de-stressed once we get to the gingerbread houses because that means hot cocoa time. Just got parked. Oh, that guy's hat just fell off and I don't know if I caught that, but what an awkward thing. So it's windy outside. I don't know if I'm gonna be cold today. I do plan on leaving early if I get too cold. Everybody's all bundled up. I did bring my capelet, so if I get too cold, then it won't be too bad. But my best friend is Ubering over and they told me that it's being a big old CF. So I might just go meet them over at Magic Kingdom TTC and then we'll do the gingerbread houses there and then go to the Epcot ones. I don't know, but I know for sure we're going to Michael's. Like, I mentioned Michael's and she's like, yes, I would love to go to Michael's. So the drive wasn't too bad. And that's pretty nice when the drive's not too bad. But we're going to go inside. Okay, see ya.
Wow. 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 Santa.
Okay. Let's do that.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, and they're all like Disney characters. Oh, that's so cute.
Boy, is it good to be home. Not that I didn't enjoy having friend time with my bestie, but it is very cold out there. Oh my gosh. Admittedly, I didn't get much crafting done today. I got like a couple stitches, maybe like 60 done. We did go to Michael's though, so I did pick up some more yarn. I did pick up brown yarn for my pine cones, and I also picked up white yarn for my snowflakes because I plan on giving those out for MegaCon. So here are the yarns I got. I got this brown loops and threads yarn. It's super cheap. It's $4.99. Oh, I guess super cheap isn't the right word, but it's cheap and it's soft enough that I feel like it won't bother me. It is acrylic. It's called Chocolate. My bestie helped me pick it out because it was between this one or a lighter brown. This one looks closer to pinecone color, so we went with this one, and it matches the green yarn better than the other one did. And then we also got this white thread yarn, whatever, crochet thread. I don't think that I will be making too much lace out of white. However, I know I can dye this. I could probably like dip dye this. I know I want to dip dye so bad. I talk about it like every single week. I want to dip dye some white fabric and just like kind of make it like gradual. Oh, that would be so pretty. I do have another yarn that I want to work with. It's another one of the perfect facing yarns, and I kind of want to make a crochet like thing choker to match it, maybe, because I think I want to make a skirt out of it. Whenever we get there, we'll get there. I'm gonna work up one pine cone to see how I feel about it, and if that works out, then I'll make up more. I think I kind of want to make a belt out of the pine cones. I'm not sure yet, but I want to at least make one pine cone to see how I feel about the pattern and if it's something easy enough where I can feel comfortable giving some away during MegaCon. I have my little space heater on because I'm cold. This is the inside of the pine cone. So I decided to use a pattern that I found online. It's from the blog crochet2play.com/crochet pinecone pattern. I just want to follow this one real quick. I might do a variety of pine cones, to be honest, because I'll probably get tired of this one. So far, this one's been really cute. Kind of looks like a grenade, not gonna lie. But this is the inside of it, and now I'm working on the prickles, and it's called a prickle stitch, but it explains that all on this blog. When I finish with that, I'll come back to you guys and show you what the finished project is. And then I might work on another one if I have time. It is 10:01. I am a slow crocheter, not gonna lie. So I don't know how many I can get finished, but I'll at least show you this one. I've frogged this a couple times. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. It kind of looks silly, this top especially, but maybe it's just because I'm not far enough in the project to like actually know what's going on. But so far, I don't think this is the one I'm gonna keep or like try to do multiples of. It's kind of fun, not gonna lie, but it just doesn't give off the vibe that I want it to. I need to go back in my phone and find the other pattern that I had because I'm much better at reading charts nowadays than I am at reading word, and I've never been good at reading like word puzzles or word math problems, and that's essentially what crochet patterns that aren't charts are to me. We're gonna finish this one. I promise we're gonna finish this one, It is 10:24. It's taken me 20 minutes and I've only gotten this far. I am a slow crocheter. I've said this before. I frogged this twice, 3 times now. Oh, hopefully I'll get this finished before husband comes home. If not, he's just gonna have to listen to me blab. Speaking of blabbing, since we went out, my best friend and I were talking about MegaCon and all the finances and all that and like logistics. I let them know that I was going to blog during like our get readies, kind of. Not really. I'm not really going to vlog in the venue because that's more short form content for me. I'd rather like just enjoy the event. Plus, I'm not gonna have like a iPad or anything to edit while I'm there, and I'm gonna be there for 4 days. So I'd rather just like save memory space on my phone because I'm not buying a new phone because I have to pay for my dental bills. Anyways, they promised that they would be part of my vlogs. So you're gonna see how cool my best friend looks during MegaCon. I can't wait for y'all to see them. A little bit embarrassed. This took about an hour. However, I realized the reason why I didn't like it was because I was holding it up like this. And that's not the way the pinecone goes. It goes this way. So it's kind of cute. I kind of like it. I did stitch the inside down here. What I did was I gave it like a little hanger. I did a whole bunch of, well, I don't know how many foundation crochet stitches I did, but I did a few. And then I took the tail of that and I sewed it through the pine cone. And then I ended up like sewing up the stitch up here. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. I honestly took my own liberty with this a little bit because I was just like, the pattern wasn't really making sense to me after a while. It's not the worst. I'm going to try another one. Like, if you look at it from far away, it doesn't look too bad. But if you look at it too close, I think the bottom needs a little bit of extra TLC, but I don't hate it. This is one of many, but it is now 11 o'clock. I've been yapping for 2 days, and I need to rest up for tomorrow because I do work tomorrow. I don't have quite as long of a week this week as far as I know. I might, depending on how this week goes. I think this week's going to be pretty chill, but next week might not be as chill. So that being said, I'm going to go and make some more pine cones and hope that I enjoy this little break before the crazies of the winter holidays, which I think Thanksgiving kind of falls into the winter holidays because Black Friday is directly after, and that's all part of it. So, I'll see y'all next week. Ma'am. Ew! We'll see y'all next week. I should not be back on my normal schedule because next week is Thanksgiving and I'll be recording on Wednesday and I'll be working on Thursday. I don't think I'll be recording on Tuesday. I don't even know if I'll be recording on Wednesday because I will be recovering from my little tooth excavation. It's not an excavation, it's a root canal. So we'll see how I'm feeling next week. If I don't record, I'll let y'all know. And yeah, thanks for joining me on my little pre-MegaCon costume outfit making journey. Bye-bye!